Hey everybody, welcome to my chess stream here on Twitch and lichess.org. International Master William Pascal. We are doing a viewer tournament tonight. Basically 5+2 casual blitz with commentary by me, yours truly, International Master William Pascal, coming to you from Budapest, Hungary here. And if you guys want to make a donation via PayPal, I will use it to buy some new cold medicine for my ongoing permanent condition. But I'm getting used to it. You know, we can probably live like this, low-level cold, pretty much forever. It's getting kind of boring, though. I've got to kind of just stop talking about it. I think I'll get used to it to the point where, you know, I just kind of forget that I'm sick. Anyway, it's 5+2. I was playing a bit today, kind of warming up earlier in the day. So my blitz is a little bit back in tune. And in the last several weeks, I hadn't played very much. Although today I was playing 5-0, I have to get used to this 5+2. I don't really like the 2-second increment. It's kind of deceptive. And I have a tendency to think I'm playing like 5-3 or 5-3, 5-5. And I start like just losing on time with the 2-second increment is pretty easy for me to do. Basically, I have to just pretend it's like 5-0 for me and 5-2 for my opponents. So we're going to be starting in 12 minutes. I usually start 10 minutes after the hour, but because of when I started the tournament in the site, I had to make it 15 minutes past the hour for this week. I'm registered SXPG. It looks like Cheslafi and Wojtek Adamala. But we're expecting to get some good number of players. Probably it's a 2-hour tournament. And I'm going to be analyzing all I can here, my own games, do the best we can. So that's the plan. Tomorrow we're going to be back with a Weird Wednesday, Unusual Blitz opening stream. And that's something I do every morning on Wednesday at 10 a.m. CET. All right, everything looks good. Let's see who's here. Aniket, welcome. You're the only one. Even our moderator showed up at 6:30. There he is. Speak of the devil. Mr. Mod Soltigo. Interesting simul game on Sunday. We missed you. We really missed you the other day. I know the morning streams aren't easy for you to make it, so I don't hold it against you if you can't show up. It's not easy to be here at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is. So let's see. I start, 4 o'clock in the morning for you. I don't expect you to do that. You know, I really appreciate everything you do, Soltigo. Thank you for your help. So everyone's welcome to play. I'm playing 5+2. But again, this increment isn't my favorite. lichess just really restricts the number of time controls that I can set up. Maybe we should do like a sudden death one. I did that once or twice, but I haven't recently. Last time we did 7+2. Now I'm doing 5+2. Monday get a little rowdy. Monday got, I wouldn't call it rowdy. I was a little grumpy, although I looked at the stream and I thought it was quite good. I covered a lot of really good games and points. I got into a kind of battle about this philosophical discussion about whether bullet chess is good for you or not. I was getting kind of irritated with one of the contestants, but no, it all ended well. Nothing too ugly. It didn't get too bloody. No, I enjoyed the replay from the Monday stream. I thought it was quite good. 5-0 is possible. We did a 5-0 before. I just kind of picked the time control, either 7-2, 5-2, sometimes 5-0. But I really want to petition lichess to make the time controls broader for these, self-created tournaments. I haven't talked to Ornikar about it, but I don't really understand why it has to be so limited. Maybe he can enlighten me. 5-0, it's not possible for today, though. We've already set the time control. It is what it is. Let me throw that out there. I should probably wonder why there's no one playing if I don't throw out the link to the tournament. It's going to be a little tough for you guys. So this is the place to get your dry sarcastic humor and chess fix for the day. I had to create my lichess streamer page, and I didn't really put in anything exciting. I just described the stream as being basically instruction, and but maybe I should say more about my personality. Maybe Soltigo, you can help me create like a little blurb for the lichess streamer description about the non-chess, characteristics of the stream. But I try to be as sarcastic and like dry-witted and mean as humanly possible, basically. All right, Aldisto is here. Ayesta, two of our regulars. Thank you guys for subscribing. I love you guys. I increased my rating. Yeah, I mean, I could probably be 2600 if I was left alone without distractions for a serious period of time. My rapid rating, though, unfortunately took a hit. I ran into another computer, and lichess doesn't always refund my points, so my blitz rating went way up, but my rapid rating is like down in the basement. Yeah, we need medicine, so please donate via PayPal. And I gotta stock up on daytime and nighttime cold medicine. No, seriously, I really appreciate you guys donating via PayPal. Also, just subscribing here on the stream is a huge help, and I want to thank everyone for that. Keep the subscriptions coming, and we're almost ready to get underway here. 7 minutes. Usually I start at 10 past, but I had no choice here. Another small limitation of the self-organized tournament on lichess. It's like it lets you set up the tournaments in like increments of in 40 minutes, in like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't know. I couldn't change it by I could change it by 5 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just confusing you. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we're starting when we're starting in 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Nefidov should be here soon. He'll criticize my beard. It's really itchy now. That in between stage. Where it just like you can't. I'm like Laszlo Apariyeshi, international master. He can't stop touching his goatee. It's crazy with that. Normally I would never do it, but when I start growing a beard, I'm like doing this obsessive beard touching. How much level of study of endgames I am level should have? Pretty good, I would imagine. But like the Grandmaster John Fedorovich, my friend, John will admit like he never like really studied openings from books. I mean, you can kind of like learn from doing. It's harder, but you can do it. I mean, there are some even grandmasters who really didn't learn from books, but by playing a lot of blitz and just playing chess. Analyzing is the best thing you can do. Whether it's actually during a game or, analyzing a study or an endgame composition or some kind of grandmaster endgames. I just got out my copy of Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual. People always talk about that book, and I've never actually read it, and it's been sitting on my shelf for like 5 years, and I didn't even realize I had it. It's like I've got these piles of books. Sometimes I was like, oh yeah, Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual. I heard that's pretty good. It's been sitting there like for 5 years, and I didn't even realize that I just put it there and never got around to it. I wasn't playing much chess at the time when I bought it. I think that was the thing. I was playing poker, and I just wasn't studying chess at all. So I just put it on the shelf like for 5 years. Yeah, that's your approach to learning openings. Well, I think openings are the easiest part of the game to learn. Well, Arsenal fan, a lot of people learn openings like you. I guess it's very common, but it's also painful. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way, as they say. But anyway, good to have you with us. So it's ready to start. 2-hour tournament, guys. I'm slipping down in the chair again. But I expect a good stream. I'm still not like 100%. I've got this low level sinus infection / fluid in my ears and stuff. I think I could just go on indefinitely in this like slightly weakened condition, but that would be kind of a miserable way to exist. But I'm hoping to recover soon. I sound better. I mean, I think I might have made a slight improvement. My sound was worse at one point. I mean, I'm always beautiful. You can't tell by my looks, but with the sound, and the energy level, I think that I'm a little bit better. Hastings didn't go badly. You got 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, I played in that weekend tournament a couple of times. Last time I lost to Hebden. Played the modern defense against him. It wasn't really a great idea, but I don't know. That was years ago, like 10 years ago. All right. Once in the Hastings weekend tournament, I played the legendary Eddie Gufeld. I drew with black in a carries attack, but that wasn't a very unpleasant experience, as playing the black side of the carries attack usually is. Of course, yeah. No, I saw the list of players, not for the weekend tournament, but for the main event. I mean, Hastings is, over the years, lost some of its luster, and there's not much sponsorship, so there weren't too many good players this year. But it's still nostalgic for me. All right, the English seaside. But I really missed the pier. It wasn't the same. The tournament just wasn't the same without playing on the pier. Once you've experienced that, Arsenal fan, it's just like you'll never really want to go back. It's just not the same, being in a boring, like, community center. There's the pub, right, on the pier, and the sound of the waves crashing under your board. It was a really surreal experience. I played there several times. Whoops. Almost closed the... Anyway. Nefedov, what's up? Maybe that explains why you said it. Suck at chess. So Eddie couldn't beat me twice. I actually beat him once. I beat him once with black in the rouser, and I drew him in the carries attack. And he was a huge expert in the Sicilian stuff. He was also kind of a jerk. I mean, he had a kind of irritating personality. I didn't know him that well, but he was basically kind of unliked by a lot of people. But anyway, he was a well-respected player and author. So Gufeld, I'm proud to say that I got 1.5 out of 2 with the black pieces against him in the Sicilian. The pier is beautiful and the fish and chips is world class. We got fish here in the Sparkle Horse Arena, and I'm the biggest one. It's going to start in 1 minute. It's 2480 me. I managed to regain some of my rating, so I'm not like an embarrassment. Maybe I'll actually make it back in the top 100. My rapid rating is really tanked because I ran into another dubious account. I'm picking off these cheaters, and then they like ban them, but then I don't never get my points back. So I think, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, they owe me a lot of points now, but I'm not going to cry and beg for my points back. I'm too proud for that. So we're going to get started. It looks like me, Ratu, I think we might have played before, Aldisto, Ayeste, Tushar, Wild, and Human Being, Nefedov, Mohammed, SXPG, rounding out 10. We're going to get a lot of players, hopefully. Looks good, so let's get it started. It doesn't, unfortunately here, it doesn't say like Slaggy is streaming, but it will on my board, which is a cool new feature. There's a lot of embarrassment. No, my rapid chess is an embarrassment. It's like 2300. Alright. So, but I could easily get up to 26 in blitz. If I don't lose to computers and I'm paying attention. Alright. So, I'm actually a pretty strong blitz player, but I haven't played that much sudden death blitz recently. Too much of this increment stuff. I think the increment stuff has made me slower. I'm relying too much on that extra increment when I'm like streaming and stuff like that. We're going to go with the old Larson, Queen D7. I was looking at this last week. I think it wasn't Larson who originated this. Actually, the first game I saw was a guy, an American master named, oh man, now I'm going to space. Damn. Spacing. It was an American IM, and then later, this is interesting, B3. Oh, very safe way for Ratu to play this symmetrical approach. Okay. Sometimes I like to play bishop takes c3, but not in this structure. I guess I could, though, you know? You could do bishop takes c3 here. It's not my favorite situation for it. I'd rather see white play e3 and create some weaknesses on the white squares. White is... I'd love to join, but I'm so low rated it's embarrassing. There's no reason for that. Everyone's welcome to play. We've got players, I'm sure, you know, everywhere between like 900 and 25. Okay. So, I can't absolutely play to win on time. I like to do that in 5-0. I decided to play knight h6. We're trying to slow down his d4 now. I've got to think about knight f5. There's also the possibility of knight e5. But I'm kind of regretting putting my knight on h6 in that. Knight e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5. I mean, even d takes e5 is interesting there. Maybe it's not bad. Knight f5, just keeping the tension. It's kind of complicated. He could even play the weird g4. Knight e5 and take back with the pawn is interesting. We got to do something. I don't want to take back with the bishop here because of d4 just rolling down the center. Normally I play sometimes stuff like this where I'll play bishop takes, but I have to do it very carefully when I don't want d4 rolling me up in the center. And I had to strike before d4. I didn't like weirdness with like knight f5 g4. This move was unexpected. Let me see what we're going to do about it. It's kind of awkward. I think I have to take. Looks like I'm going to have to take on d4 and play knight f5. Or we can play knight f5 directly, but that... Well, we can take on the... Let's see, take on d4. Take on f3, and then castle. I guess there's really crazy stuff like castling queenside. I mean, that... Pretty freaking crazy. Alright, well, let's see. I don't know what to do. If I take... Castling queenside, huh? How about just castling kingside? Then he plays d5. I don't want that. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this, not even take on d4. There's some interesting possibilities here. If he tries to close the position with like d5, I might have queen h3. I wonder if he's listening to the stream. I should be more careful about giving away moves in these tournaments. I'm usually like giving away a lot of ideas in the live stream when it's not a tournament situation. So he did close it up. I'm thinking about b5 to go Benko style. But I was also thinking about this. Maybe I can just play safely. Trading queens. I'm a little nervous about his space advantage here. I feel like I can rely on my technique against a low-rated player. Gotta not forget that it's not sudden death. It's like a lot of people are really good, super fast bullet players. So a6 and b5. Is my knight going to get caught out here? Probably, but I could strike with f5 if he plays like e4. So it's kind of a weird situation. My knight might be bad, but it might not be that bad. I could also bounce back through g4. Maybe that wasn't a bad idea. Threatening b5. His space advantage probably doesn't mean that much with the amount of pieces that have been traded here. That's an pretty important concept to think about. I really would like to play b5. That's the point, right? We get it in because we've got rook takes a2. And I don't know if he saw that or not. But at the end of the day, what are we trying to do here? Maybe create a weakness for him on c4. I don't think that I can just do anything by closing it up. I think I have to try to create a target in his pawn structure with a Benko like knight g4, knight e5 bouncing through, maybe hitting the c4 pawn. He'll have a liability in the pawn structure. Anyway, you guys that are playing are obviously not going to be watching this, but the spectators might be watching. Interesting move. Well, we got it in, you know, that move we really wanted to get in. Now I want to get my knight back. Get back to where you once belong. Get back, Jojo. I'm not going to start singing like old Beatles songs. I don't know why I started that, but I just popped in my head. Oh no, I think that we've got the Benko pawn structure. Look at the car. Check out the car structure. And when you're under the influence of medicinal substances, that might seem relevant. F5 is interesting, but also very weakening. What are we going to do? Really need to try to be thoughtful about this. How am I going to, all right. Yeah, we start with knight f6, put pressure on d5, and we're going back to where we once belonged. That's what I said. And then we can take on c4 and make him have to take back with the pawn under this rook take stuff. Maybe I could have taken with the pawn there. I don't know. Pawn takes pawn. He's in kind of time pressure. So nothing fancy. All the 8 pawns. What's up, Mr. Coffee? It's very important for me to express my ideas. Yeah. That's the entire reason why we watch the stream. Rich, I thought you watched it to hear me doing my Beatles renditions. Damn, dude, I'm so disappointed. Alright. Pawn takes pawn. F5 was totally unexpected. Breaking through the barriers. It's all about the pawn structure, right? Master had that move, but I have g5. That's not good. That was an excellent move by Ratu. Rook f4, I completely missed it. Stay away He's finding defenses. He has defense for everything. He had to take with a knight. He had to take with a knight, and everything might have held. Although I'm going rook b8. Okay, it's not easy. I mean, I'm probably winning anyway. Alright, like falling out of bed. It make it look easy, but it wasn't easy. In fact, he was probably okay. But the time problem is never easy. Uh-oh. The unbeatable guy is back. I'm going to have to dodge him if I can. Oh, it's not a rated tournament. Well, that's good. Okay. Hello on YouTube stream? No YouTube stream. It's just Twitch. Alright, rook b8. Morales. Another subscriber to the stream. You guys rock. So, what are we doing? We got 13 seconds to decide what to do with Mr. Morales. Alright. We're going to keep it in our professional repertoire. Yeah, rook b8 was coming if you played knight takes f2. That's correct, Rich. Really good stuff. Yeah, I'm better there. He tried, but he was really pushed on time. This is an interesting way to play with black, but I mean, most of the time you're just going to transpose to the king's Indian, right? How to handle the knight f3 player. Any kind of... Alright, I gotta play faster. Any kind of knight f3 player worth their salt is going to know how to play against the king's Indian. I'm going to go back to my standard setup. He played c5 very, very early here. Now, what is up with that? Can you even do that? Wow. Crazy. There's got to be something wrong with this for black. Queen d2. I think just queen d2 looks good. But maybe not, because queen d2... Excuse me. Queen d2 walks into... Excuse me, I was supposed to mute the mic, but it was too quick. I couldn't react in time. Queen d2. Queen a4 check is interesting. The heck is this? I've never ever had anybody do this before. Alright. Maybe this is just a great answer for black. Where did this come from? Bishop g5, c5. I don't know why I even took on c5, and I can just play d5. But I never really encountered this particular move order. I wanted to punish it by taking on c5 right away. That was a close one. And if he just takes back with the d-pawn, I don't think I have anything. That's really fortunate for me. This is kind of like a Tory attack trick. I mean, I guess it's not that bad for black, though. Objectively, maybe he's just okay here. It's kind of a weird position, but maybe not necessarily bad. Interesting. He's still totally okay. Now we could go postal with h4. H4 looks tempting, doesn't it? but it doesn't feel sound. I think we need to just play correctly. I mean, you can definitely try it, but I didn't like bishop g4. Yeah, Arsenal fan. To address your comment earlier, though, I mean, most of my streams are about instruction, but this is a tournament, you know, so it's kind of for fun. I don't think you should, you know, you should expect me to have to like tell all my opponents like what move they're supposed to play. You know, let me just play the tournament. I think that most of my streams are geared just only for instruction, but here we're trying to have a little bit of fun too. So don't be disappointed if I don't commentate on quite the level that I would, you know, in a viewer's like normal blitz stream. I'd like to win the tournament too once in a while. No, I'm not offended. I'm just thinking about it, you know. I was like, yeah, at first I was like, oh yeah, totally. Then I was like, wait. Well, it's not rated. You know, if it was rated, I would definitely be up in arms, but no. No, but thinking about it, I won't annotate it quite, you know, quite as much as I might otherwise. Morales is fast and he's strong. Much stronger than 1800. The bullet rating is absurd. I don't know about that. Now what? It's like systematically vacuuming the board of pieces. But now I have a chance to unvacuum with knight to d4. Although it's kind of a tricky situation. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. You seriously have like knight b5, knight takes c4, bishop takes c4. Really? Did you calculate that? That's handy. Knight b5, that was a fast calculation by black. Damn, dude. Knight b5, he's just lucky. I don't think he could have possibly calculated that fast. Knight b5, bishop takes c4, knight takes c4, bishop takes c4, rook takes c4, only move. Saving him by the skin of his teeth. I mean, white's a little bit better here, but 1800. Man. All right. He's just playing like a GM. I have nothing. Only an illusory advantage, and I'm a minute behind on the clock. That's the thing that's so hard about this. He's played perfectly and super fast too. He's way stronger than 1800. This 2000 rapid rating is more like it. That's probably his real strength. I don't think there's any way he should be 1800 in blitz. The rapid rating looks accurate, 2053. But this guy is like light years better than the average 1800 on lichess and blitz. Now there could be a tactic with bishop g4, but it's not happening here. Problem is the time. Karpov would never give you a draw in this position. h3 is a useful move. No back rank mates. We have tactics with bishop g4 maybe. Queen f6. He's trying to set up tactics of his own. Maybe I don't have to rush. Bishop g4. I don't know if bishop g4 is really a good move. No, I'm basically down 30 seconds against 2 minutes. Jeez. Playing like wand possessed. But his speed is the thing that's really incredible. All right. Finally, he overlooked something. But it's still not a big deal. Why did you resign? Why did you resign? Morales, what are you doing? You resigned here and you're not lost. Rook d7, rook d1. I can't triple up because I can't play rook d3. So I'm just better. It looks like you can hold on. King f7, rook cd2, king e6. Okay, maybe white's winning with perfect play, but it was definitely a premature resignation. All right. Gotta believe in yourself. Never resign. The other day I resigned in my simul in a winning position. I don't have much time left there, and I'm not sure, I would have played perfectly. Aldisto is off to a perfect start. Winning all of his games. He's strong. Ayesta is pretty strong. Totally Trash is an unbeatable guy. We don't know anything about that, but it's pretty weird that he's gone around with a 1400 rating. That's not cool, but hopefully he's not planning on playing any tournaments with his current level of strength. He got the 1400 rating, I don't know. Oh, it's Attorney. Hey, Blue Crow. Good to see you. I thought I was drinking ginger ale and it's like water, and I was like, oh God, what's wrong with that ginger ale? Silent Crow, wait a minute now. 2394 out of 98 games. Oh my God. We rarely get someone this high rated. We've got a few now and then. But this is a new account. He's got barely any games. Not a bullet player, apparently. What am I doing? Okay, I want to play c5 here. We're good, man. Thank you for subscribing. It's like only against the 2400 do I actually get to play the Blumenfeld. It's the first time in like 100 games when someone allowed it. A lot of people like Arsenal fans opening study system. Basically, we don't study openings from books. We just e3. What's up with e3? Take, check, knight c3, knight e4. What's going on with that? What is that? Most people play pawn takes pawn in that position, not e3. That's weird. Take, bishop takes, queen a5 check, knight c3, knight e4. And now he might have some weird move. Knight. Let's see, what does he do there? Okay, I don't know. Even pawn takes pawn seems wrong for me. Totally out of book. Very, very strange approach by white with e3. Feels wrong, but I don't know how to exploit it. I mean, it can't be that bad. Alright, well, I guess... Ooh, that was a fast move. I guess we're not gonna, you know... Maybe queen a5 was actually bad. We'll just play practically. I'm not even gonna, like, attack his bishop. Queen a5 check, knight c3, knight e4, queen d3 looked playable for white. The funny thing about this guy is his low bullet rating. Like, why is he 1865 in bullet? Like, how could you be 1865 in bullet and 2394 in blitz? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, even I would be like 2200 in bullet probably. As slow as I am, I'm like a lihar, a sloth. Even in sloth like me would be 2200 in bullet. I'm guessing, because I did play bullet at some time, at some point. I think we just caught him in a variation he doesn't really know very well. Which is why I played the Blumenfeld Gambit. Most people don't know it at all. And even masters who like have seen some of the main lines are pretty clueless about what they're doing. Let's try this. Resigning instead of suffering. It's not the Benko Gambit. Uh-oh. Knight b5, where did that come from? Well, that's a fortunate move to have in your arsenal. What am I going to do after that? That's a really good choice, my friend. All right. Yeah, he has that. He's got everything covered magically. I'm just all about cheapos and tactics. But I'm a little bit concerned about the development here. $23.94 in blitz and 21.75 rapid. That's normal, but this is really low. I guess he's just bad at using his touchpad, like I would be. Knight b5 helps knight e5. Oh, man, he avoided every tactic with this move, queen d1. No, he didn't. He didn't avoid every tactic. Rook takes. Unfortunately. Can open up his king side. Man, come on. How are we gonna get him? Successfully weakened his king side. That's basically half the battle. King h1. Yeah, I got to get my other pieces in the game. He's like defending. Always ahead on the clock. Oh, bishop c3. Alright, well, he's targeting g7. Well, this move. It's amazing how he strung everything together here, just going with the flow, and he doesn't need too much time to do it. I gotta build up some more pressure somehow. Come up with this. Just amazing defense after amazing defense. Man, the guy's a seriously good defensive player. Stringing this together, I think I made a bad move. I should have probably played queen h4 there. Queen h4. Queen h4 looks like a better try. What the heck is knight b6? What? What? Queen e5 instantly. Defending against my threat of bishop d6. And then this tactic too. It's amazing tactical play. Using like no time at all. No, I don't think this guy is going to lose too many games. All right, let's see this. I was probably winning somewhere. He's following a rarely rare game. Only move. Only move. Man, that's amazing stringing it together defensively. And even now I was okay. He finds rook g4 instantly, the best move. Rook takes f7. Check out his center pawn loss. Very, very low. This queen e5 move is kind of a... He played that move instantly. I mean, for me, that's pretty weird. You know, I mean, you say what you want, but this is a really amazing move to play instantly. If he doesn't play that move, he's not winning. And he played it, let's see. What's his time usage for that move? Here. Queen e5, 3.8 seconds that move was played in. And if you don't find that move, you know, interesting. Alright, next game, we're going to play another one here. 1.22 hours left. He had to find queen e5 in 3.5 seconds. That's pretty hard to do, I think. I mean, you'd at least need to like think about it for like 10 seconds or something. Anyway, I get really paranoid when I start playing new accounts, so as you can see. Whatever, I don't like losing, you know, but I hope that nobody's doing anything fishy around here. GM Ben Feingold. Let's take care about whether or not people are actually who they say they are on my stream. Hey GM Ben, how you doing? Where was the last time we played? Prove to me you're the real GM Ben Feingold. What was our last rated game? Alright, D4, reverse Grunfeld against Dear Santa Claus. Bishop A6, what? Instead of D5? We'll analyze it later. I played a good game, but I couldn't keep up with his speed and precision. He defended really well after playing the opening, a kind of strange line in the opening. He got himself in trouble, but I managed to screw it up. I don't have the precision of like a chess engine. I mean, that's for sure. We were definitely really close to winning that though. I'm happy with the way the opening went down, and that's the main thing. Alright, let's go focus. Yeah, I mean, Totally Trash shouldn't be going around with a 1400 rating either. I don't know why these guys play in my tournaments. Alright, Rook B8. Dear Santa Claus, you know a lot of theory, man, with the Rook B8. That's Ivan Isevich, I think, playing Rook B8 there. This is actually a reversed Rook B1 Grunfeld. Anand plays Bishop E6 normally. This is the move that's considered to be like best for black. I think there was an Ivan Isevich game where he did Bishop G5. I don't know what the best is. I just remember Rook B8 is interesting. There's only like 1 or 2 games with it. And like Anand has proven that Bishop E6 is probably black's best approach here. Now he plays Bishop E6. It's a little different now though. What's up with this? The last game we played together was in a back. You're not the real. Not that kind of game. Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna reveal if he's the real Ben Feingold or not. We'll wait for further developments. E4. All right. E4. I wonder if Ben has ever been to Boston. Not to my recollection. Probably before my time. Okay, looks like e4 is a good move. Maybe. Now we have to think about a new way of playing this position. I don't know what I'm doing now. He took away my favorite target. All right, it's a excuse me. I'm still sick. Totally trash 1400. Cruising in second place. The real Feingold. There was this other regular troll who used to come on all the time pretending to be Jennifer Shahadi. It's probably the same person. Okay, I mean, it's not impossible that Ben Feingold would watch my stream. You know, he's not like Kasparov or something. But all right, Queen D4. He'd be like Atlanta chess, the Scholastic Chess Center or something. Rook takes B2. Uh-oh. Walking into tactic land. What do I do now? I thought that was impossible, sir. So I take on E4. And we win like a pawn or something? We win like a pawn. That was why I played Queen D4 for one thing. I mean, it's not only a beautiful blockading square, but I'm also, you know, protecting. Yeah, I think that's correct. And now I have to take with the queen on F6, and that's what I meant by winning a pawn. So it's just a position, but his structure is pretty dubious. And he's down a pawn, he or she. Could be a female Santa Claus. The real Ben Feingold is funnier than Kasparov, although Kasparov not really renowned for his sense of humor. Man, that black king looks really in a tight spot, man. It is in a tight spot. Seems like Santa Claus is pretty resourceful. He's from, okay, we got Serbia. Last round we had Croatia. We've got a number of fans in Serbia. A lot of guys here watch my stream from Serbia. All right, bishop h6, h4. Yeah, I don't really want his rook on f6. His rook seems awfully bottled up. We should really be playing for mat. Shot mat. E takes d5 wins a pawn, right? I don't know about that. I just know that we're in happy hunting. The happy hunting grounds here. With my heavy pieces and bishops and stuff. He's allowed to castle. But he doesn't have any rooks left to do it with. Oh man. This guy is crazy with the one move threats. So take. There are no threats. We win a whole rook and nothing but the rook. Yeah, alright. We're still in it. But who was the guy that ruined my streak starter? Silent Crow. He ruined my streak starter. It'll be interesting to see him play Totally Trash. I think that Totally Trash is a slight favorite. But it should be pretty close, actually. Let's watch that game. Totally Trash against Silent Crow. GM Akiba Rubinstein. Wow, he showed up right after Feingold left. What an amazing Akiba, how did it go on your final, research into C4, D4, D5, C4, C5? All those years in the institution. I was just curious, what the final analysis was of the symmetrical Queen's Gambit. Oh no, Moreau. No, Moroi. I can finally say it now with my expertise in French. Moroi is a tough customer. yeah, Akiba is up with the latest slang. He is an intelligent, highly intelligent individual. They busted him out of cryogenics, and he's good. He's good to go. All right, Reiti. Did you get to see Reiti over there on the other side? Emiratzi. Morwa. Thank you, Plucro. I need your help. I definitely need your help. Morva. God, I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought it was like Moroi. Monroy. That would be like R-O-I-X, right? I know nothing about French, so I'm going to just decline. We had the choice of, like, the classic languages when I went to high school. We could learn Spanish, French. We actually had Italian, and I think you could even take German at some other high school or something. But I didn't go with the French, obviously. Not Morva. Morwa. Ah, Morwa. I'm so used to speaking Hungarian, Plucro, it's just hopeless. If you show me a W, that's like a V. I'm very confused. All right. Anyway, now bishop e7. I guess you can play this position in a number of ways. D takes c5. I think Morva would like me to activate his pieces, so I'm going to go with bishop g5. I think there, traditionally, black would play c4. This is quite a rare line. In between move h6 doesn't seem right because I can go back and glue the pawn on c5 back to hold on to pawn. Well, that's it, I guess. We've got to do it this way. We're holding on to that pawn like a very stingy person. But anyway, that's the plan. I lost one game so far, just in time to destroy my streak starter. But totally trash is this player who can't lose. It's the 1400 in blitz. He'll just create another account after this one if they ban that one, so I guess it's pointless. You'd have to ban his ISP to stop him from playing here. It's probably like the 4th account he's used in my viewer tournaments. He likes trolling my tournaments. He may be a nice guy, but I think it's kind of weird. Rook c8, so I guess we hold on to the pawn, right? I mean, is there anything else I can do? Knight a4. Something to be said for that. I guess I can keep that in reserve, but not really. We have to play it like this. I think you can see that Morva is kind of tactical in style. The understatement of the year. He's also way more dangerous. He's beaten me twice already in 40-40 and 7+2. You're not you're not really supposed to have 50% against the player 500 points higher, but some people get lucky. He's played extremely strong chess against me, not 1800. Although the simul, I don't know what his classical rating is. 1900 in bullet. I mean, that's impressive. Honestly, I think if you're 1900 in bullet, you should probably be higher than that in blitz. Blitz is, in a way, kind of easier than bullet. He tanked forever on b6, but that's a really obvious move. Play knight a4, that's not good. So we just have to play rook c1 or something. I don't know if knight d4 is good. It feels like black's getting a little initiative going on here. But his play is sophisticated for his rating. Extremely so. I feel like black might be at least equal here. Sacking a pawn and getting it back like very dynamically. Extremely cagey play by black. Most people are intimidated by higher rated players. Morva is clearly not. I do rely a lot on intimidation, as all stronger, higher rated players do. People make mistakes because they get psyched out. Their opponent is higher rated, supposedly stronger. But the key is to not be afraid, no matter who you're playing. I mean, it's easy to say that. The classic easier said than done situation. Just thinking about knight takes e6. I've got to be extremely careful here. And he just keeps finding little subtleties like knight e5. That's impressive. Silent Crow. What happened in Totally Trash Silent Crow, by the way? Can somebody give me an update? I was really hoping, you know, for an exciting battle there. I'm just gonna lock this down. He's got knight b2, annoying knight b2 moves. And I'm just not easy to play the Tarash with black. I think it's a very difficult opening to learn and play successfully. He's playing it like an old hand. Now what? Got to be careful here. Rook b1 walks into knight a3, but that's probably okay. No, turkey farm. I mean, knight e5 is a normal maneuver in the Tarash. I'm just saying, your average player is like happy to get their pawn back. You know what I mean? And Morva is looking for more. I mean, that's a sign that he's A, confident, and B, like a really strong player. No, there's no amazing move he played. You know, I'm just saying, like, he's playing very, very dynamically. Most players this rating at 1842, they can't play that dynamically, you know, without like dropping material or making some kind of tactical mistake. So I've been very impressed by Morva. Not impressed by myself though. Now he missed a simple tactic there. Rook b1 was an awful blunder. I was like holding my breath, you know, like what am I doing? I allowed knight takes e3. And I can't even draw an arrow. I mean, I'm just dropping a pawn there. My inclination was to play rook c1, but I didn't like pinning myself. All right, that was a very, very lucky save because he just wins a clear pawn after knight takes e3. I really like the way he's played. He's probably like equal here, but he missed the golden opportunity. And now we can try to pile up on d5. See, the thing in the Tarish, you have to be active all the time to compensate for your whatever structural weakness you have. I don't know. I don't really know how to improve my position here. It looks like black is just holding. He's not really better, but he's definitely okay. Let's not blunder anything else. Where should I go? Like A4? Offering me a draw. I mean, dude. That can be a good way to like piss your opponent off. You know, to try to win by making them angry. But just in general, like, you pretty much never offer to draw to someone who's like 500 points higher in any kind of scenario, except maybe in the simul or something. And never offer draws more than once against players. All right. He's been waiting for me to like hang a piece to he's been waiting for me to hang a piece to the trick knight d2 fork for a long time. Wow. Even as a defense here. That's amazing. Finally gonna win. Alright, I gotta get my streak starter started. We're still working on the streak starter. We got a perfect 0 right in the middle, messing with my streak starter. I'm not even in the top 10, dude. What the heck? I won 4 out of 5 games. But Silent Crow, oh, he beat Totally Trash. Well, that's interesting. The unbeatable Totally Trash lost to Silent Crow. That's not a good sign for Silent Crow, because Totally Trash is basically unbeatable. Well, we got 2. Yeah, Silent Crow really looks dubious. You know, I know that Totally Trash is at least part human. I mean, the way that Silent Crow defended against me, you know, is... I certainly couldn't report someone for cheating based on one game, but if he did that on a regular basis, you know, to play moves like Queen E5 with 3 seconds, yeah. If it was an established account, I wouldn't be, you know, skeptical, but it's not a title player. It's a totally new account with like 100 games. They're always likely to be dubious. So anyway, it's an unrated tournament. 8 cent upon loss. Yeah, I mean, Totally Trash what we know of his if he is the same player who, you know, his modus operandi, he's a very strong bullet player. But the Silent Crow guy, I don't know too much about. But he played a bad opening against me. But after that, the defense was like, he found only move. When I was trying to win, I made just a couple little inaccuracies, which is going to be telling, you know. All right. It looks like Queen B6 is not as simple as it looks. Queen B6. Grab a pawn. Interesting. It feels a little greedy. But the problem is, like, if I don't do Queen B6, what do I do? That's my only issue here. All right. What do you do? I didn't look at queen e2. I was looking mostly at queen f3. I mean, queen f3 or queen e2. Queen f3 makes more sense anyway. Some interesting moves here. I'm taking the pawn. Feels materialistic and dangerous. Put my queen on a3, and then I'm kind of having a hard time getting it out of there. But nobody says I have to play queen takes b2, right? Let's just develop our pieces instead. And we'll keep the queen takes b2 like on the board. That looks kind of dangerous. I mean, grabbing pawns. I'm not a computer for sure. I can vouch for me. All right, we have 95. Whew. Like I would wipe the sweat off my head and show the ace here. But all right, we're grabbing this bishop. We're glad to get it, and then we have a good game. Bishop a6. Probably don't want to. We want to go with the threat is stronger than the execution, and this was, I don't know, he could try to castle queenside. He's going to be walking into razor bishops. So we were hoping for this, and we got it. That's why I said the threat is stronger than the execution. Many times, if you just wait, you know, you pick up interest by waiting with the direct threat. Sugar Master from Armenia, another strong player. But that guy's 2,300 in bullet. I mean, that's 500 games to 2,300 in bullet. You can count on that guy being a legitimate player. You know, the problem with Silent Crow is that he's 1865 in 48 bullet games, dude. I mean, that dude is there's no way he's legit. Unless his 3-year-old son is playing the bullet games or something. You can't play like very low Centipon loss and be 1,800 in bullet. It's a dead giveaway. So totally trash, you know. We are always suspicious of him, but somehow he stays around. But Silent Crow, is he going to just take everyone out with like perfect play? All right. Well, I guess that's what happens in all the tournaments here. It's not just mine. Silent Crow, yeah, of course. He's 2,039 FIDE. Yeah, that's normal. Right. Anyways. Well, if you think someone's suspicious, report them to lichess, and they will get banned from the site, at least temporarily, until their new account is created. But anyway, we'll try not to focus on it. We got another strong player in Sugar Master. Wild Sow. Is that like sow like pig? Alright, I'm about to lose on time. I'm getting a little bit loopy. We lost one game to Silent Crow. Do I have a streak starter? Yeah. Finally get the streak starter. Aldisto's just kicking it, though. He's going to run into Silent Crow, though. Oh, he's got Totally Trash and Silent Crow back to back. That's going to be ugly for Aldisto. Unless he's got, like, you know, Alpha Zero fired up in the background. I don't like his chances too much. We're all rooting for you, Aldisto. I had this position earlier today, and I'm doing reverting back to my Romanician system. This queen b3 is sort of lame because the queens always get traded. No, great job, Arsenal fan. Wow, now, today I had a game with queen takes b3. But Romanician has played some strong players. The normal move is bishop c5. I had a draw with Laszlo Ganda in that line, and another draw with a kid here in Budapest in the GM tournament this spring. But queen c7, although playable, I think is inferior. It's probably not that bad. I'm actually not sure what the best move is because I so rarely run into queen c wherever it is. Let's try this funky move. We have rook will travel. Yeah, it's a little weird here, though. I mean, I don't think the A rook's going to play, but I need a rook there now, and he was the only one available. So, probably rook c1's a bit too on the fancy side. Let's see. I don't know, man. Do I have some kind of tactic here? It's a primitive bishop takes d5. And then he's got this wicked knight c5 intermezzo, which really makes life strange. Plus, anyway, there's always like bishop takes d5, knight takes d5, queen takes d5, and something like rook d8, giving up my white squared bishop. But let's see, rook, bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes. Bishop takes, knight c5, rook takes c5, bishop takes c5. Yeah, that's like ridiculously fancy. I should just try to play like logical moves here. Knight b5 takes. The knight c5 seems to really mess me up, man. Like I can't play it. Defends f7. Rook takes c5. I don't see anything. Just don't see anything there. It's just not enough, unfortunately. I do have other moves. How about developing pieces? That's probably a good place to go. Bishop h3 is an idea I have used before. Simple h3. I'm wasting immense amounts of time here. Knight b5 doesn't do anything. Bishop takes, rook takes, bishop takes. I don't see any tactics for me. It's a long time to waste here. Oh man, h3 is really weakening. Alright, I'm just going to change plans. Changing plans has been called. I've seen players use like the f5 square for a piece. Yermolinsky did this once when he was black in a London that I saw. I guess it's okay. I'm taking pressure off his center. But my bishop was kind of dead anyway in that position. So I figure it's okay. Looks like my queen is going to have to move to a more useful and exotic location. Bishop f4 just runs into queen b6. It looked like a dead end. Yeah, I just don't think it really does anything. He just goes back to b6 and threatens those annoying queen exchanges again. Objectively, probably this is well, maybe he still has some small problems. We got a4 now. That looks kind of nasty. Maybe it's not a big deal. But the knight isn't that comfortable on b6, although he can go back to c8. He's going to lose control of d5, and then the tactics start to pile up again. Knight takes d5, knight takes d5, queen takes d5, which I was threatening last move. Looks like he's aware of that. We're just going to try to break his structure. I mean, I think his queen is going to get trapped in mid-board here. And maybe I have a directly crushing move. Knight b5. He has queen e5 there. Oh no. So a6. I liked a6 sacking a piece. a6 and knight takes c6. Oh, I mean, I'm just winning now. Okay. This just undermines his whole pawn structure. I mean, I think that it's over. But ironically, the A pawn, you know, I was joking about my A rook, because I put the A rook on A1 and the F rook on C1, and I thought there's no way my rook is ever going to enter the game, but this did not turn out well for black. But he was like, you know, pretty close to an equal position, I think. But in general, I don't like queen c7. Silent Crow surprisingly won all of his games, and totally trash, only losing to his companion. Now maybe Supermaster, who seems maybe legitimate based on bullet rating of 515 games, can do something that we couldn't do. I doubt it. I don't like his chances against Silent Crow, the 2000 player. I ended his whole setup in a couple of moves. Well, he helped me, man. I had to have help from my opponents. That's really the #1 thing. Even against Silent Crow, I liked my game, man. I thought I thought he was human. You know, when I played him pretty much after the opening, I was really sure he was human. But that was probably not the case. Because he misplayed the opening, I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's a human. Okay, I'm confident. I've got a good attack. And then he just defended and defended. Perfect move, perfect move. You know, I had no idea what I was what I was in for, and made some inaccuracies. Hopefully I don't have to play totally trash, because he seems almost as unbeatable as Silent Crow. I feel much more comfortable playing like Eric Hansen or something, you know, some kind of strong human. I would have a better chance against the 2600 Grandmaster than those guys. I've beaten lots of 2600 Grandmasters in Blitz. I'm afraid of the non-human strong players. Alright, Milan Krajina. I can't pronounce French, and, you know, so Serbian is out of the question. Hey Marius, what's up? Thank you guys who have subscribed. I've been getting a lot of this opening lately, this particular variation. And I noticed there's some strong players. Nefedov plays queen d2, and I'm surprised there's some strong players who play queen d2. This line was always considered like totally innocent in the books. Okay, castle's kingside, not nearly as dangerous as queen d2, but also boring. The danger here is the boredom. Aniket says, what? True story. What's the true story? I missed something. So Alisto was ended by the La Machina, as my friend Salvador Alonso would say. Turn off La Machina. Yeah, we're just gonna play like a kind of English type of thing, like a6, rook b8, maybe rook c8. He doesn't have any forward plan. When you play the Yugoslav attack with the king on the king side, you don't really have any attacking plans. So white just sits there and says, okay, I have a solid position, but he doesn't have anything to do. Like, you don't want to really play g4 and weaken your king side. I mean, I guess a really skilled player might be able to play something like king h1 and push the g-pawn and just play for like a spatial bind or something. But I would caution beginners to do things like g4 when you're castled kingside. And now we're on a6. One thing that I learned relatively late in chess is that, like, this thing with bishop h6, I don't have to fight that, you know. You don't have to fear this. I don't think it's a big deal. It's probably not even a great plan for white, actually. Okay, now I'm actually concerned he's going to play a5 here. Wait a second. That's actually too much, actually. Well, I said there was no forward plan. Maybe a4, a5 is a good... a good idea. I could play knight a5 actually. I said it again, damn it. I can't stop saying that stupid word. It's like an addiction. Knight a5, stopping that physically. If b4, he just starts to like overextend himself. That's one way to play here. Rook c8, knight takes c6, and then how do I recapture? Like bishop takes? He's got a little bind going on. I don't want to lose on time. Alright. No, I think it's not so bad. Okay, this line looks okay for white, and he's playing a4, a5. Later, Blue Crow. Thanks for hanging out with us. That is true story. Of course, I would rather play Eric Hansen than Silent Crow. Humans are humans. I mean, I've beaten like 50 grandmasters or maybe 40. I don't know, quite a lot of grandmasters in tournament games and blitz games, a lot more. I mean, you know, I know the 2600 grandmasters are beatable. I've done it. You know, not a lot recently, but I have in the past. All right, so Milan just dropped a pawn here. Sometimes we just have to take the little gifts that we can get. It's going to be pretty significant, but he has a kind of spatial compensation. I mean, he has the pawn on d5. Though, we've got to be a little bit careful my rook doesn't get digested in his position. But that's not going to be a problem now. Okay, nice queen on d4, sir. That puppy is really well placed. I have rook d2. That looks dangerous, but it might actually be a good move. Dangerous or just plain insane? Or just a good move? You make the call. There's no way going back here. No going back from this little idea. But I joked about him digesting my rook. It's not so easy to do that. Yeah, well, I mean, Silent Crow, see, unfortunately, he doesn't have very many games invested in this account, so he could really care less if he's overtly cheating or not. That's why I don't want to play established rating players in my my daily streams, you know. I just ask everybody in my simuls as well. I ask everybody have at least 50 games. It should definitely be more than 50 games, like 100 games or something. So thanks for the game there. If I play Silent Crow, I'll just resign. You know, I mean, I don't want to play with an engine, you know, and encourage him anymore. Hopefully we get paired with someone like Aldisto, and hopefully Sukermaster is legit. But he's got a serious amount of games, you know, although not a lot. This Sukermaster could be relatively new too. I mean, I'm like paranoid. Everybody could be an engine. But, you know, Totally Trash is suspicious. Silent Crow is definitely an engine. I guess those like hourly blitzes are typically, you know, one or two cheaters. You gotta kind of expect it. This is life, you know. You can't weed them out like totally. We just like learn to adapt. And I'm not going to get angry about it. I actually had an interesting game with Silent Crow, you know. But he's not using an opening book. That's one thing that we can be sure about. Because his e3 against my Blumenfeld was super lame. Oh, it's a repeat match against Morales here. Yeah, I mean, if you took an engine and you made it play Magnus Carlsen, I mean, I think you could safely play the second best move and, you know, take Magnus out with any of the top engines. Okay, Morales, this time I'm not going to do that. Well, this is a different move order. You castled first. I still think what you did in the first game was absolutely interesting. And probably my taking on c5 is like giving away my opening advantage. Although maybe this whole system doesn't really promise white an advantage. I'm trying to remember if anyone has actually done this against me. I think that Eric Kislik once did this against me and lost convincingly in a Budapest tournament. Feingold tried to do something. Where is Ben? Feingold tried to do something like this against me, sort of. But I don't know if it was like b5 right away. Maybe it was. He got a bad position, but a friend of mine came to visit me at the tournament, and I was a pawn up, but that was the last game with Feingold. I offered a draw. I had other things to tend to. Ben would never have guessed why I offered him a draw randomly in a pawn up position. All right, Queen A. It wouldn't have been easy though. You know, it was like I knew that this is going to take like 3 hours to grind Ben down here, and I might even draw. I'm like, I'm just going to offer him a draw and hang out with my friend. This is just not like I was easily winning or something. All right, Morales, what am I doing here? Knight d2, I guess. Morales has really, you know, been a great addition to the stream. He's not so much lately been around, but he has been a regular subscriber for a few months, and I think his game has gotten stronger. I had mentioned that earlier. Now a6. Wait a minute. What is going on, kids? We have to try to trap his queen. Can I trap his queen? Knight c4, queen b4, e3. Then there's the perverse tactics with knight takes d5. Oh no, but I have knight c4, queen b4, knight b6, queen takes b2. That actually might not work for him. So knight c4 and then knight b6, but knight b6 itself is not that sound. He can just play rook a7. Jeez. Alright, there's got to be something good for white here. I mean, even if I played b6, I would have a good benko. You know, I mean, that's at the very minimum. But I'm getting a little loopy. Knight c4, queen b4, e3, knight takes d5. I've fallen into this kind of tactic against some strong guys online. And he has other weird stuff there. So I think I can't play knight c4. Why am I tanking so long here? Okay, e3. I might have had a game with Wojtkiewicz once, like something like this. e3, pawn takes pawn, bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, bishop takes b5. That drops a piece. Knight takes b5, bishop takes b2. That looks kind of like my game with Wojtkiewicz. I don't know what to do. Damn. All right. Maybe against Wojo I just took on f6 right away. It's another weird possibility. Doesn't look really reliable. Man, Morales, I'm trying to figure out this whole position, but having a hard time. E3. I don't know what to do. I don't think this is good for me. I think this is like what I did against Wojo. Maybe even the same exact game. Like pawn takes pawn, bishop takes f6, knight takes b5 or something, but that looks stupid. I don't like this position. This definitely looks really dubious for me. Alright, there's just no time left. Whatever. Alright, I've got to play rook b1. This was a stupid decision. There had to be something good for me. I couldn't find anything. Silent Crow lost because of a mouse slip? Against who? He lost because of a mouse slip. That's surprising. Wow, I get to develop a piece. What's going on here? Did he drop something? Maybe Morales blundered. Last time that was a story. He blundered in a winning position. Or no, how was it? No, he resigned. Well, first of all, he blundered unnecessarily and you know, with a lot of time. And then, you know, he resigned in a worse but not clearly lost position. So when something goes wrong, he maybe kind of loses his balance psychologically. I think that's the case here again. I don't know if he thought he had like queen takes b1, queen takes b1, rook a1 or something. But I have queen takes b1, knight takes b1, and I'm up queen for a rook. And he's losing his bishop on b2, so I guess he's blundered. Alright, we're running in 5th place. Aldisto's had a really good tournament. He's up on 30 points. He had a fantastic start. You know, it's right. You know, I actually do have a hard time, and you know, commentating and playing. I can play much stronger when I don't have to commentate at the same time. You know, it's not bad for my overall vision to talk about the moves, but it definitely hurts my time use. I think that it might even be good, you know, that I see more when I'm talking about the game, but the time usage is just going down the drain. When I'm commentating, it's really tough. So Morales with a really unnecessary, in tennis terms, an unforced error. Yeah, let's just keep it super tight. Uh-oh. Knight b4 is going to be kind of annoying. I was a little worried I blundered there. No weaknesses. I guess I'm threatening knight takes d6 now. Simply like winning a pawn. Maybe not. Maybe not winning a pawn, just simply trading a lot of stuff. Alright. Let's get the knight off their tricky. I'm looking for some squares, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not guaranteed to get them. Yeah, cutting it too close on the clock here. Need to just play fast. Whoa. That should about do it. Alright, can we get to the prize money? I'm never going to get past the first 3 guys. I'm actually never going to get past anybody. I mean, maybe I could pass. Yeah, maybe. What's the standing now? I'm only a little bit behind Sugarmaster. I won't play Silent Crow. What did he do? What did he do now? He lost to Alex Chess on a mouse slip or something? Alright. Well, I'm just taking your word for it that he was playing 0 cent upon loss, you know, kind of. I'll have to look at his games after the tournament before I convict him of being a cheater. But anyway. We'll let lichess decide. I don't want to shame anyone. Alright. Nefedov. But I'm not going to play a game against a super suspicious account. I'd rather just resign. Nefedov, you better move. I don't want any forfeits. Come on, man. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's go. Alright, there you go. Alright, Nefedov. Good job. You didn't lose on time before the game started. I'm running out of things to play against Senor Nefedov. Hunting for third place if I can get there. Totally Trash is pretty much unstoppable. Looks like Silent Crow ran into some mouse slips, which leads to a momentary hiccup. He's 1800 in bullet. 1800 in bullet is like one of the #1 evidences that he's not legit. Look at Sugarmaster, man. You know, he's got around the same blitz rating, but he's 2335 in bullet. Even I would be like 2200, as horrible as I am at bullet. I don't think I could be worse than that, you know. But a guy who can trash me, you know, in standard or blitz is not going to be worse than 2200 in bullet, you know, unless he's like some 80-year-old master or something. But then he wouldn't be trashing me in said game. All right, Nefedov, I have a new way of dealing with your style of players. What are we gonna do? Something like Rook C8, maybe? It's not a Dragendorf, because I haven't played A6. Occasionally there's some maniacs out there who play the dragon like this. I saw Shabalov do it in the normal dragon, you know, but if he's going to play bishop e2, I think that black can take some liberties. And it's basically like a useless move. So that's why it's okay for us to go ahead and do this. Topalov style. H5, H4. Actually, it's all the rage in the Najdorf and stuff in many lines. Maybe knight A5 is interesting. The other way of going at him. It's like a... Not to get in the way of the bishop on G7 on E5. I'm actually trying to stop him from playing F4 because I'll just blast him with a rook takes C3 exchange sacrifice. I don't know if that would be sound though. I think I have to try it. I'm not an expert on the dragon, but bishop E2 is not supposed to be anywhere near as good as the, you know, as the normal stuff. Okay, what happened? Oh, Sugarmaster's in second place now. Is he like perfect too? Perfect. Runner. Well, alright. It's a position. Now my knight's... It's out there, and it's not coming back, I guess. So we've got to just play and do our best here. Queen b6 is an interesting move. But I know what the answer will be. You can read Nefyadov's mind. Maybe I can just do like a6 here. That's more complicated. I think that's a secret. We've got to keep it complicated. I don't know. I mean, it's not like he's going to play b3, I don't think. You know, on the queen side. Yeah, that's more like it. Alright, I'm getting a little uncomfortable there. Hey, rook h5. White has f4. No, I should have probably played that. And then he can answer with bishop g5, though. Alright, maybe we can take him out on time. We have 22 minutes left in the tournament. Totally trash. I just don't want to play Silent Crow. I've had one game with him already. Oh, he's playing Totally Trash again, the rematch. Battle Bots. You guys like Battle Bots? Queen b6. Queen b6, Sakov. There's always bishop f6. I mean, I guess that was my plan. Nefyadov is so strong. 1700. White has to be better here. I'm just gambling. Highly risky strategy in the first place with h5 and not castling. So, why stop now? Oh no. Jeez. Alright, this is highly unpleasant. Definitely a move I didn't see. Nefyadov, how are you 1700, man? It's like... God, I say this all the time, but... I feel like I'm getting compressed. Alright, maybe the time has come for said move. Oh, you're walking me right into that tactic. Nice job. Wow, dude. Mommy. Look at this play by White. Excellent, excellent play by White. There it is, best move. He's basically on the verge of killing me. I'm forced to play this. 1714. He's like supposed to be 2000. And I keep complaining all the time about his rating. But it just keeps getting lower. His FIDE rating, or equivalent thereof, BCF rating or ECF rating. Check this move out. Bishop f5. Terrified. His ECF rating is like the equivalent of like 2000 or 1900 FIDE. It's ridiculous that you're 1700 in Blitz, man. That makes me look bad, you know. You got to get your rating up. I mean, you have now. I'm demanding that you raise your rating, Nefyadov, because it's getting embarrassing. I look bad. Oh, he hit me with the crushing tactic. Knight takes d6. He must have had to take time calculating f5, queen f4, making sure he has that, and then queen h2 at the end. So I'm just barely breathing here. just totally lost. But knight takes d6 is just game over. There's no way to defend this position, I don't think. 5 + 2. Nice game there, buddy. Did I say a knight on the rim is grim? I don't really believe that. That's a massive generalization. I think that knights on b6 and b3 and g6 and g3 are actually the worst. Knights on a5 and h5 are often good. They're getting back into the center faster. No, I mean, a lot of modern chess openings, it's perfectly okay. That's an amazing move too. Oh, that's like mating myself. That's something I would do. Definitely. All right, I'll take a draw. He offered me a draw here. He has like 10 seconds. He doesn't like playing with no time. This game is unbelievable. Really strong play by Nefedov. I'm serious. You have to raise your rating, man, because it's actually embarrassing to lose to you when you're 1700. It looks like there's a game up until this point. Played knight d5. That's not necessary, you know, but it's still, I think, better for white. Engine doesn't agree. I missed rook h5. I mentioned it like 2 minutes later. If I had seen it now. What did I do? I played a6, the second best move. That was where I missed the boat with rook h5. Very fine line when you play a super aggressive setup like this. Anyway, Nefedov, thanks for taking it easy and offering a draw. And not crushing me like a dog. But you've got to get your rating up, like at least a couple 100 points, because it makes me look bad. Alright, Totally Trash just went off now. That's our usual customer. Aldisto's hanging on to second place, and actually, it wasn't the first time that Nefedov has been spoiler against me. He did it to me last week too. He wrecked my I think that Nefedov last week wrecked my streak starter by beating me or drawing or something. I don't remember. But this Suker Master, he's won every single game again. Perfect. Also, yeah, he's perfect because he played any of the really suspicious guys. He's not playing one of them. Totally Trash is not playing anymore. He's sitting out. And Silent Crow is playing Havgar. Well, I want to see Suker Master play one of the guys. But he avoided... No, he beat Silent Crow. Oh. Okay. Well, that should be an interesting game to check out. I haven't been berserking, so I can't really expect to win the tournament. I should have played for a win. Right. Yeah, with a 2-second increment. I'm just totally lost. I didn't see the idea of rook h5 till it was like a moment too late. The problem when you play something only infrequently, like that type of setup in the Dragon, I only do it once in a while. And I'm not really looking for the key, you know, ideas like rook h5. You need to squeeze anything you can out of it. Nabil Hassan. Why do you think he offered a draw? He's not good with like really fast, you know, time pressure. I can lose on time with 2-second increment too. But Nefedov has a chronic problem with taking draws in better positions. He showed us games where he's done it in tournament games. Nabil Kassan, I had the exact same game the other day. Pretty much. Now Nabil Kassan is very strong in bullet. So as I was saying, we had virtually the same exact game the other day against a guy. And I have to remember, it was slightly different though. Do I have to play b6 or can we just live without that? I feel like you need to play it because you can't sit there. I don't think he understands this position. I mean, I don't mean to diss him, but I mean, this idea is not the plan in this position. d4. I guess it's not that bad, maybe. Doesn't seem like the right idea, though. I could play e5 here. Actually, that's the right idea, probably. Similar to my game against some other guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe rook d1 isn't bad. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like the right plan. He's used no time. Lots of strong players here. Now a4. This is standard. What he needs is like a second knight to put on c4 right about now. This is the second time this move order happened to me in the last week. It's extremely rare. I mean, not too many people play knight c3 on move 2 and knight f3 on move 3 and then bishop b5 on move 4. Now he's going knight e2. I don't know where he's going. Oh, I see. He's headed for... He's trying to play c3 and d4 now. He's just kind of like making this up. You know, I mean, that's okay. I think I can control this point pretty well, though. He might regret doing that. And his queen is pretty messed up. We got the Korchnoi. Korchnoi's favorite maneuver with rook a7. Looks like it's good to go. This is a classic Victor maneuver. With the white pieces in the English, he'd love to do the lateral rook slide from a7 or a2 in that case. This is another really strong player in bullet chess. 2100 in bullet. Relatively new account. He had another account because I recognize the name. Govin Kurtz said, "Hey William, how you doing?" I'm doing good. We've been under the weather, but that's nothing major. Under the weather in English is like a expression for when you're like you've been sick or ill. If you don't speak English fluently, you would be like, what are you talking about, under the weather? Queen e2. Interesting move. So what am I to do? Well, it's hard to make progress for me too. He seems like he's kind of making random moves. Still, it's really hard to crack his position. You know, it's hard to attack his weak points. Now he's fixing that pawn on h4. I don't really like that for white. It's on the wrong color, and it could be a liability. I was thinking queen a6, but I think this is the way to go here. I'm talking about, and let's be consistent, you know. Sometimes it happens in the King's Indian. White will do like h4 in the, what is it, 92 knight g3 variation of the King's Indian, and that pawn would just like end up artificially sitting there on h4. Okay, it's not really doing anything. So I think I like king h7 here. Walking into a deadly tactic. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think so. Knight takes h5, pawn takes h5. I just walk away. I've got g7 protected. So he might do it though. He's pretty desperate here. He's still got more time than me. Guys, I mean, this is basically my last game. I'm only going to finish in 5th place. Wow, what is that about? Oh man, I can quadruple up on d3. Ooh, it's tempting not to even take the pawn. Oh, I'm on his rook though. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I guess he still has some practical chances here. I don't know why he thought so long on that move. Still going to be hard. It's still going to be hard to beat him. I mean, I'll have to clear pawn. Probably the better minor piece, but he's so fast, you know. e5. This has to be crushing. Just giving me a piece, wow. Alright. That's the last game that's going to count, most likely. Unless we get a low-rated player. Supermaster's playing totally trash. Supermaster has a perfect score going into this game. But it looks like totally trash is pretty hard to handle. The 1400 player. So I don't know. Some suspicious players, but Silent Crow lost some games, so I'm not sure they were right about that. But his defense against me was pretty unbelievable for the time he used. Anyway, alright guys, go berserk. We've got to try to get this game in. I mean, Havgar is another player who's really good for his rating. That's why you guys are here. Alright. This game probably won't count. I'm going to have to settle for... Anyway, even if it did, I'm not going to catch up. Even with the Berserk. What are we doing? Some variation I don't play. Perfect. Where did my time go? I'm down to 18 seconds already. It's a Queen's Indian? Oh, he dropped his queen. Well, even there, it's not going to be enough to change the standings. Alright. Thank you for the help, Havgard, but you're still not going to save me. Dropped his queen. Totally Trash has an insane win rate and several hundred unrated games. Yeah, and he's also 1400. I mean, this is the same guy who was trolling my stream for a long time. It's just like, how do you stop him from doing it? You know, it's like an anonymous account. I can't block people from the tournament. So that's it. You just kind of have to accept it. But if you think the account is suspicious, he can be reported for suspicious unrated games too. It looks like Sucremaster really played a good game though. He's holding on there. He's Armenian, and if he's Armenian, he has good endgame technique. I can bet. So he's also undefeated. Actually, Black has to be careful. He could even theoretically lose if he let White have two connected passed pawns, but I don't think that's going to happen. The question is, will Sucremaster get flagged or not? I'm going to pause my game and check this out. I can't catch it anyway. You know, objectively, it feels like this is probably a draw. But there might be ways, there's like some way Black can Zugzwang White. Oh, Black offered a draw and White declined. I didn't even notice. Well, I mean, Sucremaster is just being unrealistic. I mean, there's no way he can win this position. He's gonna have to settle for a draw. All the speculation about these guys being computers or not, maybe none of them are computers. We can only analyze their games later and try to guess. But in any case, Totally Trash is totally suspicious. But he's obviously not perfect. He's not able to beat Sucremaster. You want to sink in the ground because you dropped your queen? Don't worry about it, man. It was a long tournament. And I'll announce the standings after this. We're about to finish. 1 minute left. Maybe they use computer in only a few games. Maybe they use computer only for a few moves. I mean, it's hard to believe people would cheat in an unrated tournament, but you see it all the time here. I mean, well, actually not the unrated tournaments. They normally do it in the rated tournaments. Yeah, that's even weirder. But I don't know. I haven't looked at the games, so I can't say. But I can only go by Totally Trash's results, you know. It's a very legitimate looking account, you know, 1400 in Blitz, 1300 in Rapid, 1899 in Classical, and playing like 2700 plus here in my tournaments every week. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly either an engine or a, you know, hybrid. All right, but we can't, you know, ban people from the tournament. 13 seconds left. It's about to end. So the most suspicious account award goes to Totally Trash, and he wins the first place. Congratulations. Second place, Aldisto, who really deserved it, you know, because we know he's legit, and he fought really hard. And third place is a newcomer, Sucremaster, who, you know, guessing by his ratings, I mean, he's probably legit too. And he didn't lose a game. He had like nine wins and a draw, which is really impressive. He must be a very, very strong player. Anyway, so good job, guys. I finished 5th against this tough competition. A draw with Nefedov in a lost position, and a loss to Silent Crow. Silent Crow. Sounds like something else, but all right, guys. Tomorrow is what's that? Serbian Santa Claus. The knight f3 doesn't like it. It's easy to play. No, tomorrow is Weird Wednesday. I do unusual openings in Blitz and Classical Chess, 10 a.m. Just for fun. I try to play different stuff I normally wouldn't play. And anyway, so it's totally trash. Aldisto, Sugarmaster first, second, third. Blitz tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And yeah, it's a strong tournament. How many players we had? 70 players. Totally trash. Aldisto, Sugarmaster, Silent Crow, me, Ratu, Badfish, Ayesta, and Morales, Havgar, all subscribers, along with Aldisto. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. That's rounding out the top 10. And I'm not allowed to go to the next page for some reason. That's really messed up. There seems to be some kind of problem there. I'm not allowed to go to the next page. What's up? Whoa, that's weird. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Yeah, there we go. Santa Claus, Nefridov, I'm telling you, man, you better raise your rating because it's getting kind of embarrassing. Yannick's, Ace, Milan, Plucro, Gandhi, Spyro, Wild, Sao, and Murbo. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. It was fun. Thanks for subscribing, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Also, Thursday is a subscriber stream. Friday is a Blitz day in the morning, and Sunday I do a simul. It'll probably be 30:30 this week at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday after my team game. Move 11, didn't see you here. Thanks for hanging out. I know you don't like to play fast Blitz, but it was fun anyway. I'll see you guys later. Thank you, Soltiga, for moderating, and I hope it was instructive. But I try to keep it, you know, kind of competitive and instructive for the viewer tournament as well. Later, guys. Bye-bye.